All right, tell me who you are.
Okay, so hi, I'm Shlomi Katz, and I've been training in martial arts for 40 years, since 12 till 52 now. I've been training in Krav Maga. I started in Krav Maga and karate full contact. At some point I did also kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA, pancras. I've been also in the military, in special forces, and at some point, because of my background, I was in charge of training hand-to-hand combat, all the special forces for a while, and then in the reserve. After the military, I worked in finance, but all the time was keep teaching martial arts. I had a studio in Israel, school in Israel, that I've been training there, coaching there. Came to the States in 2008, and since then I'm here next to San Francisco in the Bay Area, Sunnyvale, California, and I teach in my school, which is called Krav Zone. We train in Krav Maga, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and lots of times all the above together. Yeah, happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so why Krav Maga? Why did you get started in Krav Maga?
To be honest, just luck. I was 12 years old. I wanted to do some martial arts. Next to my home, it was a school that did like a karate full contact and Krav Maga. I was curious about martial arts, and I started to train. And actually, it was pretty hard. It was old school place that you come to the school, you're terrified, and the coach was very, old school guy, and I was actually one of the youngest people there in the group, youngest kids, and every time I went to the class, kind of terrified, but for some reason, someone inside me want to keep going. The parents didn't tell me what to do, it just was something inside me that I felt I needed. And yeah, just fell in love in martial arts, the way of martial arts. Train every day, and was in this way for all my life.
Okay, and what did martial arts do for your life?
So on top of the fact that this is also my occupation and what I do, it gave me lots of lots of confidence. It gave me lots of happiness, to challenge myself. I feel really happy when I challenge myself and I overcome some challenges, some fears. Made me be very aware to things, to take my time. I even remember when I was working in the finance in the office, and you get to argument and you kind of feel like you're a little bit upset, and I told myself, hey, why you can be like when you're on the mat, very relaxed, take your time, counter on the timing, be under control. It gives you lots of sense of control and patient, and to be more strategic with things when you need to. And also, you train with people. When you train with people, you get to very, very special bonding between you and the other people you train with. Lots of respect. You sweat together, you work together, you beat up each other, I'm already for 15 years here. I still have very good contact with all my black belts in Israel. It's like a family.
Okay, cool. What was it like growing up in Israel, and just that whole family that you have there? What was that like growing up?
Israel it's a very different than here. The mentality is more Middle Eastern, that the family are always together. And Israel is a small place. Like people don't disappear to different places, like here, and you see them once a year. You see your friends, you see your family at least once a week. So we're very tight. Also in Israel, when you start school, every year you don't change the class. You with the same people for 6 years, all elementary school with the same kids. Same thing with the high school, middle school. So you have friends that with you all your life, and even when you get older, they go to university. It's always 2 hours away. It's not like 4 hours flight. So this is one aspect that is kind of changed, different in here. The second aspect that I can think about is that we in Israel we all go to the military. We kind of chose the wrong neighborhood. It's kind of hard to be. We need to protect ourselves, and we need to go to the army. So since I was like 15 years old, I started to train to get to good shape, to pass selection, to be in the military, to try to get as far as I can with special forces. So it's in this manner it's a little different here, and also the military is very positive. Very positive experience, especially for kids that were not amazing students or a little bit lost. When you go to the military, everybody gets straight and become very disciplined and gets respect. And I think it's overall it's good experience. And you see, the young men in Israel when they're 21, 22, they are very mature. And compared to other places because of that, and lots of time it gives them a kind of edge to succeed in life.
Yeah, okay. So you mentioned you was in special forces. So coming from being a scared little kid joining the martial arts class to a special forces soldier, what was that process like? How did you get there? That's a pretty big jump. That's like one of them stories that you rarely run across. That's you've been to the top of the top, I would say, right? I don't know, like.
I think that the martial arts helped me a lot. One, because maybe I was good in martial arts because of I have some core traits that you are very determined, and I have lots of tolerance to pain. It can be physical, but it can be also emotional, and just to be able to go through hard stuff. And I think in this matter it was actually not so hard for me. But of course everybody faces a different challenge according to their personality. Also when you go to black belt, everybody has different challenge that they need to face at some point. And after you pass that, you kind of become a black belt. So I remember I was actually already very trained in hand-to-hand combat, and when we came to the course, the counter-terror course, you're supposed to beat up each other, and you can't reserve any energy, because it's in counter-terror when you need to break into a house or to a plane or to a bus with hostages. Everything is very, very quick. After 10 seconds, 20 seconds, it's over. You need to learn how to take all your energy in one time, to be very explosive. In martial arts, I was using I can take my time, look for my counter. I was kind of a good kid. Still, I was really good. I was black belt already, but I was kind of a good kid. And you come to there and you're expecting to be pitbull. And it was very hard for me to make the switch, but at some point you don't have a choice. It's or you do it or you out. And then I learned more about making a switch in my mind to become very aggressive when I need to. Still, it's like in martial arts, this kind of bow, what it means. You're very strong and aggressive when you need to, but you need to be able to control it and to be social and to be a good person. So special forces is, on one side you go with lots of force, but you need to be very intelligent, you need to be very calculated, you need to go according to plan. So I think it was a really nice balance for me. But yeah, like in any military in the world, when you're in the military, you learn that sometimes, what you think you can do, you learn that you can do way more.
Right.
Your body can go through way more.
Way past your
and
limits.
your friend next to you, everybody helps each other. Yeah, you learn a lot about yourself for sure. But I was, I don't know, I guess I was lucky, lucky to be on the right spot in the right timing, to get chosen to pass the selections, and determined enough to hold this opportunity and do everything I can to stay there and survive there.
Was there ever a moment throughout that journey that it clicked in your mind that like you a man now, like you're no longer a little boy, like you're a man, you're here, you fighting wars, and when was that moment? How did it feel?
Man, it was so long time ago. To be honest, it was like 40
If you
years
can
ago.
remember,
I tell you what, I think that you very, very quickly understand it's not what you know. In the selections already. In the selections, at some point, they bring everybody to a breaking point. And they want to see, okay, everybody is going to be broken, and how you move from there. And yeah, it's like, I think pretty fast because we didn't have it gradually. When I entered to the military, I went through the selection in the beginning. So since then, I already understood it's a different.
Yeah.
I need to man up.
Right. What was, if you can remember, I'm gonna ask you two questions. What was one of your best memories in Special Forces? And what was one of your worst memories in Special Forces? If you want to.
My best memory was actually in the worst week. It was like a war week. You don't eat, you don't sleep, you train all the time, you take on you all the equipment, you move from place to place, you need to dig, trenches. And that week, luckily, we got a machine gun. Everybody get the different thing to take care of, weapon, whatever it is. And I got a big machine gun because I'm relatively to Israeli, I'm big. Israeli in my generation, I was kind of big, so okay, you get a machine gun. The machine guns, I did, and in some point, they told us, okay, we were walking in boulders for like 20 minutes, and then the captain asked us, okay, how long is it going to take you to go back? We said 20 minutes. 20 minutes, sir. Say, okay, take 1 hour, but you're doing it crawling. So we need to imagine like in the mountain crawling on the boulder with, all of this thing, and I'm with the big machine gun. I don't know what to do with it. It's like, I don't know how to move it even, and everybody's like ahead, and I'm like, then one of the guys look at me and say, okay, fuck it, I'm going back. He came back to me, help me, and we're together, we're like carrying it. So these kind of things that, someone come to help you out, a friend, that this guy, if he gives me a call, whenever, I'm not even in very tight contact with him. If he needs something, I'm on the plan to come to help him. So I think the most beautiful thing you get in the military is the brotherhood, is the friends.
Right.
That some of them you invite, till today I'm talking every day. Some of them less, but we always will have something to each other that this is the most special thing. I guess that was the worst and the good thing in the same moment.
Okay. One more question about the Special Forces. What's a moment during your... And I'm on the Special Forces because I've never met somebody like...
Okay.
That's like in the Army, so I'm very intrigued, and I've always wanted to be a Marine.
Yeah.
I just my life just took a whole nother path.
Yeah.
So I'm very intrigued.
Okay.
What's one of the moments in your military career that like you'd never forget? Like something that is just maybe you still think about it to this day.
There's lots of moments. Some of them I can't talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, this the uncountable moments. It's lots of things that you. Some of them connected to weird situations that I can't talk. Some things connected to, like the example I gave you with people that you help you out. You know, you help them. This bonding. Yeah.
You're saying some things you can't talk about. It's sending chills through my bones because I know you saying I know Israel is deep. You know what I mean? It's deep. So
Yeah,
I can only imagine.
I tell you what, in Israel, what people don't understand, we really don't have any choice. We really need to protect ourselves. Otherwise, we will be wiped from the earth. You know, it's not a question. It's not if we want to be okay, good or not. We try to be very, humanitarian. We try to. I've been raised for peace, to embrace peace, but all that. We still. It's not like a privilege. We have to be strong, and we have to be smart, and we have to do whatever. We can't, chill in these kind of situations, or in these matters. And it is what it is. So there's good things and bad things, but at least the good things is that you get lots of good experience.
Right.
if you stay safe.
Okay. How did your mom feel when you had to go?
I think she just repressed it. She didn't think about it. But I don't know. It's really hard. Like especially, I was lucky to be in an era that was less like a war. It was more like operations. Again, the good the good thing in special forces that usually the things you do are planned. You initiate more than just the more hard work, honestly, is to be like in Marine or to be in the regular infantry. They need to be there all the time, and whatever can happen, they need to be ready all the time. Special forces usually they take you to some mission, go in and out. So it's in my opinion, it's easier mentally than to be, in just infantry. It's much harder training. It's much harder emotionally in the beginning, and all the training. We trained for a year and a half, just training in different things. But after that, I feel it's a little bit easier. Imagine you didn't want to initiate once at a time. It's dangerous. I'm not saying it's not dangerous, but usually it's mentally it's easier. For my mom, I don't know. I rather not to ask her too much, honestly. But I can see I have friends now that their kids in different places in the military in Israel. They don't sleep sometimes at night. What happened after October 7 and people, our kids went to Gaza, not mine, but my friends' kids in Gaza fighting. It's a hell. And it's not just even if they, it's not just physically. It can mess up you mentally there, emotionally. I mean,
Okay, cool. So to elaborate more on what you just said, what's your opinion and your feeling about? And you can skip the question if you want.
Yeah.
What's your feelings and your opinion about the war with Israel and Israel today?
First, hopefully now there's a kind of ceasefire. I don't know how long it's going to last. It's not up to us. We had to go in. We had to do whatever we need to do in order to get the hostages back and to retaliate. At some point, I think the military did an amazing job. But at some point, the government needs to, to do things in a different way. in order to, capitalize the army success to bring to settlement. And I don't think they did a good job. Luckily, Trump was pushing them towards some kind of solution, which we did.
Right.
And I'm happy all the hostages back. This is, to me, was the most important. I mean, how crazy is it to be under this kind of, being captured by these animals, in tunnels for 2 years. Things that they go through, I can't even imagine. So, and for us, every life is precious. We give back thousands of people for one, because it's so important for us. But honestly, it's up to them, not up to us. We never starting a war. We gave them the territory. We went out, and it's up to them.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about it.
Okay, cool. All right, so I got this question. Have you answered? It's fine with me. I'm biased. I don't care. Right? You think Donald Trump's a good president?
I don't know. I think that he does good things. He does things that I'm not sure are really great. His personality is very questionable, to be honest.
Yeah.
And sometimes he, I don't know. It was, to me, it was very hard to vote for him. But the other alternative is also very questionable. So I think we got to a very tough spot, that we don't have anyone, that we really can trust all the way. From one side, he's doing lots of things. Some of them are right, but we don't really know what's going on up there. We don't know what's going on behind the scene. And in the end of the day, what's really sad is that most of the people want the same thing, and they just be able to divide us the two options. And I don't. Some things I will take from here. I will mix and match so many options, so many things. I'm a liberal from one side, but from the other side, there are things that I think that the Democrats really missing. And let's leave politics aside.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. You're an extremely intelligent man. Very wise answers. So thank you. Not all fighters are in the ring. Okay. When you hear that, what comes to mind? So, and when I say fighter, I mean you're the best guy to talk to. You've seen best all sides of life, ring, off the ring, in the battlefield. When you hear the word fighter, what does that mean to you?
I think that life is way more complicated than training in martial arts, and people fight for way harder things. My most difficult time were not in the military, not in the war, not in training. It was in life. Relationship. After you get heartbroken, these are the things that much harder, things that you can't control, that you need to accept. Not everything that I can control, I can contribute, I can change. Whatever it will be, if we're to climb the mountain 500 times, and I can do it, I'll do it. That's not the challenge. The real challenge is to accept things that you can't control. The real challenge is to struggle in life. I have a coach here that is a single father, and he has. I'm also kind of single father in the last 5-6 years, but and also he has a kid on the spectrum, and he lives from martial arts, which is not very easy in the Bay Area, and all of this together. To me, he is a fighter more than if you can beat up people. But yes, martial arts, if you're starting in any age, especially when you're in a young age, you learn a lot about not giving up, about putting the ego aside. Jiu-jitsu, someone is choking you, and you need to tap. You need to accept that you sometimes can lose. You can overcome stuff. Some people, it's not fun to lose.
Right.
So people won't come back after that. But okay, I lose once, I lose twice, I'll tap 10 times, but I'm getting better, and this is to be a fighter, to be able to overcome your challenge. Everybody has different challenge. So I guess that's life.
Cool. Now, thinking about everybody in your life, in this dojo, you call it a dojo?
Call it dojo, school,
Dojo,
whatever.
school.
Everything is fine.
Okay. All right, so in your
as
school,
long as you call me Shlomi, not master, I'm good. I don't like the master.
you don't like master?
No.
Okay. Got you. All right, so like in this school, in this dojo, in life, your parents, your family, cousins, uncles, your comrades that you be in the special forces with, thinking about everybody that you know in your life, even yourself, who is the strongest fighter you know? First person, who comes to mind, strongest fighter, and why?
I'd say my coach Travis.
Okay.
What I just mentioned, his life is very not easy, and he's doing it, he's smiling, coming to work, nice person, keep taking care of his kids. To me, he's amazing. And I know, like him, there's lots of people, that are in this situation.
Right.
So these people, single mom, single parent, single dad, need to struggle to bring food, need to work 2 shifts. To me, these are the real fighters. Immigrants that come here and they need to do everything so their kids will be able to study and have a better life. These are fighters. And of course, my grandfather that had to pass the Holocaust and survive the Holocaust and come to Israel after all his family got murdered by the German and start new life. That's even not the same level. This is like higher level of fighter. So for me, if you ask me again, I think about it. My grandparents from both sides, they have stories that you can have like 5 seasons of Netflix. But this is for a different time.
Okay.
I can talk about this for an hour now.
I was about to ask you too, so next time. Wow. By far the best interview. Matter of fact, I no disrespect to anybody I've interviewed so far, but this interview right here is I'm glad I was persistent in coming here.
Thank you for coming. It was nice to host you, nice to train with you.
Yeah. Your boy got me a little bit, and that's okay. But yeah, it's a real blessing being here, man.
My pleasure.
What is your experience? Well, I guess being in the Army and just in all these environments, what's your experience with people who are dealing with sickness, disease, or mental health? Do you know anybody that has some type of disease, some sickness, or some type of mental problem?
I've been in. I met a few. To be honest, several times I tried to help. It's very hard.
Who's the person?
I can't talk about that.
Okay.
Let's leave it like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's very hard, and when you know people that has mental health issues, you understand that you rather have physical issues and not that. That's very, very tough. It's tough on them. It's tough on the people around them. If it's something more mild, martial art can help. For sure, people come to here lots of times when they're in the bad time, depressed, and you can snap out of it with training, with sport, with physical activity. Always help. But when it's getting to a high level, you have to get someone to help you, because the people around you, as much as they want, they can't. They don't know what to do. they will try. I've been in this several times. Even one time in Israel, some guy that was addicted to heroin came to train with us, and he was a kind of a good boxer, and I tried to help him. And we just train for free, do everything. At some point, it didn't work. And then we talked to some professional, and they told us, man, it's not, you can't help them. It's over your league.
Yeah.
And other experience that I, unfortunately or not unfortunately, I can't talk about. It's sad. That's, you know what one of the things I learned in the hard way, I can't fix everything.
Right.
I can't help with everything. You can do whatever, your maximum you can do. Sometimes you need to step back.
For sure.
That's life.
It's life. Special Forces, man, a man with a lot of untold stories.
Not so much stories. It's not, I'm not Rambo, don't you?
Yeah. Cool. All right. What's some of the what's some core values that you instill into your kids and into your students here? What are some of the core values that you hold near and dear to your heart that you love to pass on?
To be a good person, to help, to be open-minded. I hate bullying. I can't stand bullying since I was like very young. I can't shut up when I see bullying. I like kindness. I like people that are kind to each other. People here really, we have really great community. And it's really nice because in martial arts, one of the nice things in martial arts is that when you come to train martial arts, you have opportunity to meet new people, not from your occupation, not from even your status, and everybody on the mat kind of equal. And good friendship. You gain another circle of friends, you have your family, you have a friend from school, you have a family, you have a friend from work. Here it's something different, and it's very, very nice to have, and to treat each other. You need to treat other people like you want to treat yourself. That's kind of the rule of thumb.
Okay. And last question. Who are you now? Like, who is the man that I'm talking to? Who, like, the core of you? Who are you?
I don't know. I'm still the same kid with the same dream to be good, to succeed in life, to have good family, to be a good friend. Still learning. Even go to psychologist a few times a week to understand myself better, to be better for other people. And that's it. And you learn to understand you're not special. You're just another person.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Nice meeting you.